Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. Last week we talked about the support condition. So this week we will analyze in detail support condition. Nissaya means something to depend on, and something that serves as a condition. As a support. Just like the earth serves as a support for the trees and living beings. So just like that, there are some conditioned states that serve as a support for the rising of the effect or the conditioned states. So last week we talk about support conditions threefold. Number one, consciousness and mental factors are a condition. Page number 318. Page number 318. Paragraph number 22. Consciousness and mental factors are a condition for one another. If the consciousness arises, condition also arise. If the mental factor also arise, if the mental factor arise and conditions also arise, they support each other. But regarding with the connected material phenomena, Cheta and Cetasika function as a condition for the rising of connected material phenomena. In this case, Cheta Cetasika is the cause for the rising of rupa, material phenomena, right? So we have learned that in the connecting condition. The next one is the four great essentials are a condition for one another. One great essential may be condition for the other three, and three great essential may be one. So they will be each other, mutuality. And four great essentials are conditioned for the derived material phenomena. 24 derived material phenomena. Only one way, right? Only one way. Four great essentials are conditioned for the rising of 24 material phenomena. That's number 2. Number 6. 6 pieces are a condition for the 7 consciousness elements. Actually, we have learned last week we have 6 sense pieces: eye, ear, nose, tongue, the body, and heart. Right? These are 6 pieces. So they are conditioned for the rising of 7 consciousness elements. 7 consciousness elements. So according to Abhidhamma, 4 immaterial sphere resultant consciousness. So they don't depend on any basis. So for that reason, except those four immaterial resultant chetas, and the rest 85. So 85 consciousness elements maybe are the effect, right? The effect. So actually we have learned up to here. So support conditions divided into three groups, no? Three groups. So support condition, two main support conditions. There are two main support conditions. Number one, connection support, purejāta nissaya. Number one and number two are connection support. It is the same as a connection condition, purejāta. Actually in purejāta, we have learned three, right? I want to say three categories. Number two, pre-nascent support, purejāta nissaya. Number one, we have already learned. Number two, we have learned. Pre-nascent condition, purejāta nissaya, is subdivided into two. So pre-nascent means something that already arises earlier. So that one is conditioned for the rising of next one. That's called pre-nascent. So this one, pre-nascent support, purejāta nissaya, is subdivided into two. Number one, base pre-nascent support, base. Two. Number two, base object pre-nascent support. But here, the difference is the first one is just base. Second one is base object. That's very important. So these are two types of pre-nascent support. Okay, now the first one, base pre-nascent support, Vuttu purejāta. During the course of existence, during the lifetime, the six base are a condition for the seven consciousness elements. That is number three, right? We have already learned that. Six bases are the conditions for the rising of seven consciousness elements. Here, I base is a condition for the rising of I consciousness and its connecting mental factors. Not only chetas, but also cetasika. Actually, we have the I consciousness, that is a cheta. So there are seven mental factors that associate with I consciousness. So that means I consciousness we already exists. Right? So because of I consciousness, this is the cause for the rising of the I base. You know, this I sensitivity or I base is the cause for the rising of I consciousness by way of pre-nascent support, right? Pre-nascent support. If we use a long sentence, base pre-nascent support by way of base, by way of pre-nascent, by way of support, right? By way of support. Not only I consciousness, we have a seven mental factors that associate with the I consciousness, Cheta and Cetasika, right? Here, if we look at here, I base is the cause. It already exists, right? Then it is the cause for the rising of I consciousness and seven universal mental factors. So they are the cause, right? Condition states. The same thing, ear base is the cause for the arising of ear consciousness and its connecting middle factors. And nose, 10, the body, right? They are, the body is the cause or conditioning state for the arising of body consciousness and its connecting middle factor. And heart base, heart base is the condition for the arising of mind base and mind element. We have 3 mind element, right? 3 mind element. A mind element and mind consciousness element. Among mind consciousness element, we have 4 immaterial resultant chatas. So they do not depend on any base, including heart base. So except from those 4. So the rest of the mind element and mind consciousness element, so they are the effect, right? Because of heart base, they arise. For that reason, 6 bases are conditions for the arising of 7 consciousness elements by way of base pre-nascent support, right? That is causing effect, causing effect, and also the power or the quality, how they related, Here by way of base pre-nascent support. They are the base, and they pre-exist, and also they serve as a support for the rising of Cetasika, right? Cetasika. The next one, base object pre-nascent support. Base object pre-nascent support. Here we have another one, object. The condition is the base. At the same time, it's function as an object, and it conditioned by way of pre-nascence and by way of support. 4 qualities. Only in special. You look at page number 319. Page number 319. That's very important. Page number 319. Finally, you look at page number 318, the last paragraph, and the last line. Uttu purejāta page number 319, the first paragraph, second line. The other is called base object pre-nascent support. Vataramana purejāta nissaya. This refers to the special case when a cheta arises supported by heart base. It is special case. Supported by heart base, and at the same time makes that heart base as object. Okay, what I will do, you look at that line. So here, base object pre-nascent support is only special case at the time of death. Why somebody is going to die, what we call it the last thought moment, At the time of death, when chetas and connecting chetasikas take the heart base as their object. Actually, we have learned that the last thought movement, the last Javana Chetas can take any object, Sometimes it takes something that you see. Some people die when they are seeing something frightening, you know. Some people die when they are, feeling, painful feeling in their body, right? So the painful feeling in their body, that is an object. But here is a special case at the time of death. So death consciousness, or not death consciousness, in the the death mind process, the Javana Chetas. The Chetas in the death mind process. You know, we have a death mind process. During that mind process, we have a lot of Chetas, right? Usually we just learn only Chetas. Normally, not only Chetas, and Chetasika also there. Right? Chetasika also there. So during the death mind process, Cheta and Chetasikas take heartbeats at their object. These particular conditions, right? These particular conditions. So Cheta and Chetasika take the heartbeats at their object. So that means Cheta Chetasika see heartbeats at that particular moment. Heartbeat is a condition for Cheta and Chetasika. Heartbeat is a condition for the rising of Cheta and Chetasika during the during the death mind process. So that means that mind process during in the death mind process, there are Cheta and Chetasika. Not only Javana, but also mind adverting, receiving, right? Receiving, etc. All the Cheta and Chetasika. So those Cheta take heartbeats at their object. So by that particular time, heartbeats is a condition for the rising of Cheta and Chetasika at the death mind process. So Cheta and Chetasika take the heartbeats, number one, as a base, as a base. Number two, they take it as a object. Heartbeats already exists, that is pre-nascence. So heartbeats is a support for the rising of Cheta and Chetasika. That is support, right? 4 things. So heartbeats only work 4 things. Only at the time of death. Only a special occasion, special occasion. Only Cheta and Chetasika during the death mind process, if those Cheta and Chetasika take heartbeats as object, only that particular moment, occasions. Heartbeats is a condition for the rising of Cheta and Chetasika by way of base object pre-nascence support. So the reason is Cheta and Chetasika in the death mind process, they take, so they arise as based on heartbeats, number one. And those Cheta and Chetasika take heartbeat as the object, number two. So heartbeats already arise, already exist, pre-nascence. Heartbeats is a support for the rising of Cheta and Chetasika. So because of 4, 4. So at that particular moment, heartbeat is a condition for the rising of Cheta and Chetasika by way of base, object, pre-nascent support. Very difficult, this one. Okay. Purejāta is another type of bhavanga. Before Purejāta, before Purejāta, we have a death mind process.
So this death mind process essentially is referring to the last thought movement.
Maybe active left thought movement. You can not Purejāta. At the time of death. Are you the one at the time of death? So that means I want to make sure in Pali, Maranasanta Kala, at the time of death. Of course, it's very confusing. You understand? Any question? It's very hard. The last thought movement, what we understand is jhana in the last thought movement can take any object, right? It can be something to see, something to hear. Why you hear something, you die, no? Your object will be the sound. Sometimes when you are eating, no, you may die. Your object is the food, right? Taste, like this. But in this case, their object is happiness. Special condition, special occasions. So at that moment, in those special cases, happiness is a condition for the rising of Chitta and Cettasika at the time of death. Chitta and Cettasika, by way of a base, by way of an object, by way of pre-nascent, and by way of support, four quality. Then I think that if you look at the same page number 319, the Bhikkhu Bori mentioned, translation from the Patthana, translation from Patthana is very. If you look at this one, you will understand that. You will have a better understanding. Referring to this condition, the Patthana states. Patthana is the last text in the 7 Abhidhamma book. One contemplates with the insight that, one contemplates with the insight means vipassana, that internal base. So that internal base means heart base. So for that reason we call it Patthana just yudava vatu. Vatu means just means the base. But commentators, Abhidhamma commentators, just like Venerable Buddha Kosa, maybe earlier senior monks, so they added one word, Hariya. Hariya means heart. Actually in Patthana, in other places in the Pali Canon, so we can find only Vatu. Vatu means base. So there is a base where Chitta and Cettasika arises. There's no the word Hariya or heart. So here, one contemplates with the insight vipassana, that internal base means heart base, as impermanent, suffering, and non-self. This is without a strong concentration, you cannot do that. So at the time of death, you are contemplating by way of nature, dukkha, anatta. So actually, it's very hard. Just like I think I already shared the story of Bhikkhuni Khema, right? Bhikkhuni Khema. Maybe her concentration is very strong, and she can see everything very clearly. So in this case, someone contemplates with the insight, vipassana, that internal base as impermanent. Actually, at the time of death, that heart base already, all state exists. because heart-based will terminate, will cease together with death consciousness, right? Together with death consciousness. That internal base has a impermanent, suffering, and non-self. One enjoys it and delights in it. Some people, they contemplate that internal base, something that is enjoyable, something it is delightful. Making it as an object here, making that heart base as an object, lust arises. You crave for it, and wrong view arises, and you will wrong view, doubt, restlessness, and displeasure arises. Some people may experience displeasure and unpleasant feeling. So actually, when you look at this, these lines from Patana Pali, we can understand that. So that person is contemplating habits, no? Contemplating habits and taking habits as an object. So actually, that habit is the base for the rising of Chitta and Cettasika. So though Chitta and Cettasika take the object, take the habits as their object, no? An object, aramana. So that habit already exists, pre-nascence. That habit support for the rising of Chitta and Cettasika. Support, nissaya. Okay, until clear, right? Clear. Okay. Okay, question.
So meaning that at the last thought moment, which is an active thought moment,
yeah,
you will take an object.
Yeah, one object.
Yeah, and
it can be anything.
Right, and then this object is the last object in your life, and this object will be the object for Bharata in your next life. This is just an act.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
At the same time, Chittas and Cettasikas will arise as part of the death mind process, using the heart base as the object.
Yeah.
This one is automatically, right?
Not automatic. It depends. So that Chitta and Cettasika during at the time of death. Chitta and Cettasika at the time of death can take any object, but in this particular case, their object is habit. Only at this moment, habit can function as base object pre-nascent support.
So repeat and make sure that I get it correctly.
Yeah.
So that means the last thought moment, basically, just simply put, two things can happen in your mind.
Yeah.
Number one, unfortunately, also dying, you see an object.
Yeah.
Which will be the object of your last active thought moment, and in your new life, your Bhavanga, your even maybe Chitta will take that object.
Yeah, you're right.
Simultaneously, there will be Chittas and Cettasikas that will arise, but they will take the object of the heart base.
Heart base as their object.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, it will take the heart base as an object. So and I know this is a special condition.
Yeah.
Because during the course of one's lifetime.
No. This is not a. Yeah, it can be called during the lifetime, but the last moment, the last thought moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. What I wanted to say is, so only at this last thought moment that the Chittas and Cettasikas, especially, it will take, their object will be your
You're right, yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
Whereas in the cause of existence, citta and cetasikas can arise due to other causes.
Can be, yeah.
Yes.
Other causes, yes.
Now you see something, you see something. You don't
5,
know.
actually it can be 6 objects.
Yes.
So we have a 6 object. Not only 6 object, it can be the last thought movement can take concept,
Yes.
and also the nibbana, nibbana object. Arahant and the Buddha, their object of the last thought movement is nibbana. What I mean is we have 6 objects, right? 6 objects.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my question basically is, why is it that at the last thought moment, it is so special that citta and cetasika takes only the heart base as the object, whereas during the course of a person's lifetime, citta and cetasika can take so many other objects, visual form, sound, etc. Is it because at the last thought moment, the 5 senses, the 6 internal, the objects through the 6 internal sense bases is so weak that, the citta cetasika will only can only take the heart base, its primary source, so to speak, as the object. Why is it so special? Is it because it's so weak? The body is
It's not because of so weak, because some people even can meditate, can take the heart object as the object of insight meditation. For those who have a deeper concentrations, the last thought movement, citta and cetasika, and the last thought movement can take heart base as the object of insight meditation in terms of nature, dukkha, anatta, right? Because our mind depends, how to say, it depends on our mental state. Sometimes, if we are not good, and we will take a bad object. If we are good, and good object, it depends on our mind. But in this case, maybe heart is so, suppose I'm dying, I'm dying. So my heart is functioning, breathlessly, breathlessly. I'm going to die. I'm thinking that way, thinking that way. Displeasure feeling or painful feeling will arise, So that means I'm going to die, and this is the last thought process, mind process. Then I take my heart as an object. I'm thinking about my heart base, my heart base. My citta and cetasika, the last thought movement, arises because of that heart. The heart base breathlessly beating, breathlessly beating. So I think if I'm thinking about my heart base, very painful, unpleasant, may not be good, the object that I take, as the last thought movement may not be good, right? May not be good. But in other case, I have meditated a lot, that my mind concentrates so deep that I am aware everything arises in my mind. So before I die, I notice the heart, the function of the heart, top. Then I am aware that heart base. So then I contemplate heart base arises and naturally passes away. Then I take it as a suffering. Then I contemplate as a non-self. So actually, in this case, the object of the last thought movement is heart base. So I contemplate as an object of my insight meditation. So in this case, very good, right? So I think by that time maybe heart, the function of the heart may be very strong. For some people, it depends. What I mean is it depends. It depends on the person.
So meaning that base object pre-nascence thought.
Sorry?
The heart base only becomes an object at the last thought moment, and when you take it as a meditation object. Is that what you're saying?
No. But here also, as I earlier said, that my heart is beating restlessly. Then I notice, then I experience unpleasant feeling. I'm angry, agitated for that. Then I die, taking heart base as an object. But here, actually, heart base can be the base of or condition for the rising of Theta and Cetasika, and the other time as well. But they are just base, pre-nascent support, not object. Base, pre-nascent support, as we have learned in previous one. So heart base is a condition for the rising of Theta and Cetasika during the lifetime, during the course of lifetime. So as a base, pre-nascent support. Base, pre-nascent support condition. But in this case, object. We take it as the object, right?
It sounds quite good. Even the last thought moment,
Mm.
I was saying that it actually sounds quite good because of the last thought moment.
Mm.
We all haven't been there, but if we can still feel our heart beat, we don't know, right? But in the last thought moment, if we can still feel our heart beat, we have that kind of concentration, no matter how faint it is.
Yeah.
Right? We imagine a person with heart issue, heart attack, probably
Yeah.
don't know whether you can feel the heartbeat.
Yeah.
Assuming you have such strong concentration, you can feel the heartbeat. It's actually quite a good object to go, to focus on and then to go quietly into the night. Because it's there. And then when it ends, your concentration ends, and then you just move on.
But of course, if you take it as the object of your meditation,
the last
it's good.
Yes.
But here, object of anger meditation, you take heartbeat as an object, and you feel irritated. Not good.
But if you can, you are very well concentrated. And
Yeah, you're right.
You are at peace.
It can be. Just like actually the backstory is Bhikkhuni Khema, right? She doesn't take her body, her mind and body as I. She's just aware whatever happened at the time, mind and body, mental and physical phenomena, as it is. So that means there's no self. Not self, she doesn't take it as a self. So that means it's good. As I earlier said, that if she died in such a way, maybe she can be liberated, when she died. Good and bad, it depends. Okay.
Question. Does it mean that actually you shouldn't actually take heart-based as an object during the dying moment? Because otherwise, how do we link it to the last paragraph, making it an object? Last arises, wrong view arises, doubt arises, restlessness arises, displeasure arises.
Yeah, these are the bad side, the negative side, right? Suppose if we are dying, then we take the heartbeat as an object, then we cling to that. My heartbeat, cling to that. That's negative. If we cling to that, we take it as I, my heart. my heart is beating restlessly, then I feel pain, irritated. There's a restlessness arises, displeasure arises. But in the case of a positive way, someone who contemplates habits as a impermanent, suffering and non-self, that is a positive side. For that reason, I say it depends. It depends on our mental attitude, right? Mental attitude. So the most important thing is do good deed. Don't content with dana and sila. Also add with the meditation as well. Meditation as well. Life, actually, it's important to face our life, especially when we are going to die. And also we have to practice how to live alone, quietly and peacefully. That's very important. Normally our mind needs the base, the base, something to rely on. So if we have a habit to rely on many things, so that means it's very difficult. So trying to reduce, the amount of reliance on the object. So the most important thing is we have to be ready. When we grow old, we can stay quietly, peacefully. That's important, I think, right? At the time, we cannot move, even one place to another. It's difficult. Okay, I hope this is a useful, and for that reason, it's very, very subtle one, very subtle one. Don't forget that wherever we learn in Patthana, we are trying to analyze mind and matter. So if we can analyze mind and matter, if you see them as a mind and matter, we don't cling to them, There's no I. If there's no I, then there's no suffering. There's no suffering. So, okay, so for that reason, Bhikkhu Nikema said that people think that if we meditate for long, they think that suffering will go away. Then she said that no, suffering will not go away, but only the one who suffers go away. Suffering will be there, but you don't take it as my suffering. I am suffering, There is a paccaya deity, paccaya deity. Very difficult, very difficult. Okay, so let's move to another one. Let's talk about three things. Page number 308. Look at page number 308. Condition support, purejāta nissaya. Condition is condition support. So this condition is same as condition condition, purejāta paccaya. Actually, we have learned this one last week. Purejāta. Chaita, Cetasika arises together and they support each other. That is condition support, right? So those Chaita and Cetasika support for the rising of material phenomena. Only one way, Only one way. So that is condition support, condition support. And we have 4 great essentials. Fire, the earth, fire, water, air, right? So those 4 great elements, they support each other by way of connection, And those 4 great elements is the conditions for the rising of 24 derived matters. And the last one, during the course of rebirth linking, habits, and Chaita and Cetasika that arises at the time. Especially rebirth linking Chaita and Cetasika, right? So they support each other. They support each other mutually. So these are condition support, right? Condition support. It's very hard, it's very subtle. If you understand such link, it's very meaningful and also very useful for our practice. Okay, so that means here we have a condition support, purejāta nissaya. It is the same as a condition, right? And second one, pre-nascent support, purejāta, pre-nascent support. Look at page number 308, right? 308. Sorry. Number 8. 309, sorry. 309, number 8. Talking about number 8. Pre-nascent support. Here, we're talking about base pre-nascent support. Condition is base pre-nascent support. Conditioning state or causes are 6 bases. 6 bases. So they are during the course of existence or during the lifetime, not at the time of rebirth, not at the time of death. 6 bases are the cause for the arising of Cheta and Cetasika in the 5 aggregate planes. So here we have 4 aggregate planes. So immaterial realms arises immaterial. So there are only 4 aggregates, mental aggregates in the immaterial realm. We're talking about 5 aggregate planes, not the asanya setup. Non-percipient realms have only 1 aggregate, right? Material aggregate. But we are talking about 5 aggregate planes: human realm, 11 sense-sphere realms, and 55 material realms, right? In the 5 aggregate planes, 85 chetas, excluding 4 immaterial sphere resultants. The reason is, in the arupa realm, so there is no harpies, there is no any other material phenomena, not even harpies. For that reason, those 4 cheta arises without dependent on any base. Very powerful, very powerful. Even without base, it can arise. And also it can be excluded other chetas that arises in the arupa realm as well. It is not mentioned because it's something, the cheta and cetasika that arises in the immaterial realm also arises without base. Suppose loba cheta and moha cheta and kusala cheta. So when they arise in the arupa realm, they arise without any base. No, we can also even exclude all this one. Okay, only this one 4. Excluding 4 immaterial sphere resultants, 85 chetas, and 52 cetasika that associate with 85. 85 cheta. So they are the effect. So because of 6 peaks, these 85 cheta and 52 cetasika arises. 6 peaks is the cause, and 85 cheta, 52 cetasikas are the cause. Sorry, the effect. Cause and effect. By way of condition support. So here, condition support is the quality, how they are related. I think not difficult, right? Not difficult. You look at page number 309, right? 309, already mentioned. The next one is base object pre-nascent support that we have already learned. Condition is base object pre-nascent support conditioning states, that means the cause, it happens taking as object of the same Cheta and Cetasika. Is supposed as a base. Actually, the sini is not quite clear. Then I just copy from Bhikkhu Bodhi book, so that I have already said that the last stop moment, Cheta and Cetasika arises based on habits, But sometimes, and the last stop moment, Cheta and Cetasika can arise as depend on I'm base, no? I'm base. Why seeing something? By frightening you, dying with a heart attack. By hearing frightening sound, you may die. So at that moment, Cheta and Cetasika, at the time of death, then you take the sound as an object. But here, in this case, Cheta and Cetasika, that especially is the mind door, it's mind door. Cheta and Cetasika in the mind door take the habits as an object. Based on habits, they arise and they take habits as an object. Habits pre-arise, pre-nascence. Habits function as a support for the arising of those Cheta and Cetasika. So by way of base, object, pre-nascence support. But here, condition state or the effect. So because of that habits, mind or adverting. That means mind or process. We are talking about mind or process, And 29 Sinsphere Javana Chetas. 29 Sinsphere Javana Chetas. 11 registration. Another we call it retention Chetas. And 44 Cetasika. Excluding envy, avarice, worry, and 3 abstinence, 2 alimentables, taking their habits as an object. So that means mind or adverting number 1, 29 Sinsphere Javana Chetas, 11 registration Chetas. So we're talking about mind or processing. And 44 Cetasikas that associate with them. Especially all 52 Cetasika associate with all these one. That we have to exclude envy, avarice, worry, 3 abstinence, 2 alimentables. So there is a reason I will show later. So these are, how to say, the special case. Normally here you will notice that only 29 Sinsphere Javana Chetas. So there is no 5 material Javana Chetas. You know the reason why? So the reason is 5 material Javana Chetas, so their object is always concept. So we have learned in that chapter. So all the 5 material Chetas, they take concept as their object. But here, our object is heart-based, material phenomena, not a concept. Right? Not a concept. How about immaterial Javana Cheta? What will be their base? Sometimes consciousness, sometimes Cheta. 2 take the concept, another two Cheta. So what I want to say is in the Arupa realm, there's no material phenomena. Cheta and Cetasika arises in that realm. Will not take habits as their object. There's no habits in that realm, right? How about supramundane Javana Cheta, Magga and Phala Cheta? What will be their object? Nibbana. Actually, we have learned in third chapter, right? Third chapter. For that reason, here we take only 29. 29 sincere Javana Chetas, right? That's very important. That's very important. The reason why we have to understand the reason why we do not take all these ones, no? Five material Javana Cheta, they take concept object, and immaterial Javana Cheta, they take six concept, another six Cheta, not habits. For that reason, only 29 sincere Javana Cheta, and 11 registration Chetas. 44 Cetasika, only 44. The reason is envy, avarice, and worry. Those mental states cannot arise by taking one's own habits. That's not taught by me, it's taught by one of the famous Sayadaw in Myanmar. We teach in Tongchatsu. Actually, it's available only in Burmese. Actually, as far as I know, Bhikkhu Bodhi also didn't write. Sayadaw Usilananda also didn't write about it. So, in that book, said that when we take, at the moment of death, when we take our habits as an object, and we don't have the envy, that's quite sure, envy. Envy means we are envious of somebody. If it is somebody habits, we might envy might arise. Avarice, the same thing, but a little bit worry, this is my concern. This is it's hard to accept it. Worry, Sometimes, if we take our own habits as an object, we may worry, right? We worry. But according to this book, those Cetasika cannot arise. The three abstinence cannot arise at the time because habit is not something to refrain from. Three abstinence take the object of something to refrain from. The passing to kill, the property to steal, like this. So, how to say, the object to refrain from, but habits cannot be refrained from. For that reason, three abstinence we have to exclude it. Another one, two eliminatables. So two eliminatable habits. Habit is not the concept. The habit is not the concept like a beings. It is material phenomena. It is paramata, ultimate realities. So when we have a compassion towards somebody, so that means a concept, a passing, a being, is a concept. So when we have a sympathetic join, then we take our object as a being, as a concept, But here, habit is not a concept. That is material phenomena. In other words, it is ultimate realities. So, different object. For that reason, two elementables, compassion or twisted joy. These two also have to be excluded. And also we can exclude loving kindness as well. And we can exclude equanimity as well. These four, because these four take the concept object. Concept object. So when you radiate loving kindness, all living beings living in the east direction. So that means there is no living beings. The living being is a concept created in our mind. So there is only mental and material phenomena. Mental and material phenomena. So for that reason, two elementary base, not only two elementary base, and we can also exclude other loving kindness and equanimity as well. But even though we exclude loving kindness, metta, and equanimity, upekkha, so there will not be, how to say, there are other, with the regard to equanimity, we still have a tatra purejāta, right? Tatra purejāta. With regard to loving kindness, metta, we still have a atosa, right? But here only two elementary base. Happy is not the concept like a beings. It is pramata, ultimate realities. For that reason, we have to exclude all these one. Envy, avarice, worry, three abstinence, and two elementary base. Question? I think it's clear, right? Okay. Then the last one, the support condition is included into group 6. Group 6. Group 6 said that in 9 ways, mind and matter, nama rupa, is a conditions for mind and matter. Because here, in the conditioning state, in the cause, we can find mind and matter, right? Mind and matter. And also in the conditioned state, the effect, also we can find mind and matter. For that reason, it is included into group 6. Group 6. You can look at page number 305, para number 12. Para number 12. I think in page number 308, 309, you can write group 4, group 4. Sorry, group 6, group 6. Because when you go these 6-4 relationship, it was very complicated, very complicated. For that reason, I use we will study 24 conditions one by one, and we add those 6-4 relationship. It will be easier. Okay. Next one, decisive support condition. Decisive support condition, upanissaya paccaya. Upanissaya means a strong support, a very strong one. It is a powerful and strong condition for the rising of condition states, for the rising of the effect. This condition functions as in that way, in a decisive way. Because of these conditions, the effect arises indecisively. So actually, this is a very strong one, a very powerful condition. You can look at page number 314, para number 70. Para number 70, page number 314. And actually, if we go according to the Bidamata Sangha, it's a little bit complicated. 314. Just as rain sobs as a strong support for thriving of the trees. Without rain, trees cannot thrive. Even now in Singapore, the trees are getting, drying because no rain. So for the thriving of the trees, rain is very important. Just like that, so decisive support condition is, very important by way of decisive way for the thriving of the conditioned state. So this cause is very strong for the arising of the effect, right? The effect. Decisive support condition is three types. Number one, object decisive support. Here also come in object, object decisive support, aramana purejāta, upanissaya. Number two, proximity decisive support, anandarupanada. Actually, we have learned proximity number two, right? Sorry, number three. Number four. We have already learned it. Proximity decisive support. Next one is natural decisive support. This is very important. The last one is very important. Nandarupanada. So it is a three type. We'll learn one by one. And the first one is object decisive support. The object itself. Page number 315. Page number 315. The object itself, when it becomes prominent, serves as object decisive support. So that means if the object is very prominent and very strong, it will serve decisive support for the rising of the effect. It is similar to the object predominance. The object predominance, aramanadhipati. So we already learned page number 308. Page number 308 and number 3:1. Look at page number 308, number 3. Predominant, right? Object predominant. The object is very prominent and very desirable. For that reason, so those objects will serve as a decisive support for the rising of Cheta and Cetasika. When you see a very beautiful things, then Cheta and Cetasika arises right away. Right away. That very beautiful things, or a passing or a thing, serve as a decisive support, a very strong support for the rising of Cheta and Cetasika in your mind. Then you hear a very beautiful song, then you feel, you feel elated, or you feel emotional. So that song is a strong condition for the rising of Cheta and Cetasika in your mind. Those are desirable. The food, the same thing. The food is the object decisive support for the rising of Cheta and Cetasika. It may be prominent, may be very strong. So it is similar to the object predominant. So when you look at page number 308, I think we can. So the cause will be 80 concrete matter. Among 28, so we have only 80 concrete produced matter. So they are prominent. The rest of the 10 are not prominent, not strong, not the strong. And we have 84 chetas. Number 3, you know, number 3, you see, page number 308. 84 chetas. We have to exclude 2 hatred-rooted cheta, 2 delusion-rooted cheta, and body consciousness accompanied by pain, no? Accompanied by pain. We have to exclude these 5 because they are not desirable. So 84 chetas and 47 cetasika that arises, that associate with those chetas. We have to exclude hate, envy, avarice, worry, and doubt because of there's no dosa, there's no moha, right? And nibbana, of course, is a desirable object, right? Desirable object. So these are the cause for the arising of 8 great rooted chetas. When you see beautiful things, 8 great rooted chetas may arise. No, you became greedy. You know, you became greedy. And 8 great wholesome chetas. When you see beautiful things, then when you see the beauty of the Buddha image in the shrine hall, the Buddha image may be the decisive support for the rising of 8 great wholesome chetas, right? 8 great wholesome chetas. And 4 great functional chetas, with the knowledge for the arahant, and 8 supramundane chetas, and 45 cetasika that associate with them. And we have to exclude hatred, envy, avarice, worry, doubt, including 2 elemental base. Altogether 45. Actually we have learned those ones, right? Okay. It's similar to the object predominant, similar. Next one is a proximity decisive support. Proximate, very near, you know, very decisive support. Consciousness, chetas, and middle factor cetasika that immediately cease. So they will act as the proximity decisive support for the rising of following cheta and cetasika. Actually, we have learned it is similar to proximity condition. Anandara paccaya. Actually, we have learned that all the 89 chetas and all the 52 cetasika, so they are proximity decisive support for the rising of following 89 chetas and 52 cetasika. But in the cause, so we have to exclude that consciousness of arahant. So that consciousness of arahant will not function as a decisive support for the rising of cheta and cetasika. That means after that consciousness, there will be no more cheta and cetasika. In the cause and conditional state, so all the cheta and cetasika, excluding that consciousness of arahant. So they are the cause for the rising of the following cheta and cetasika, preceding cheta and cetasikas, including that consciousness of arahant. Okay, I think this is very easy, right? These two. Next one is the natural decisive support. Natural decisive support is very wide. This one is very wide. It's good to take note. It is of many kinds, state or last, etc. So this is a negative part. The state of faith, etc. This is the positive part. And pleasure, pain, individuals, food, season. That means temperature and lodgings, right? Lodgings. All such things, all things. Internal or external. It can be internal or external. As the case may be, it can be internal and external. As the case may be, are conditions for the rising of wholesome state, etc. Yeah, etc. means wholesome state and wholesome state. How to say that? Apyagata, neither wholesome or unwholesome. Wholesome or unwholesome. Actually, in English, it's called apyagata. Not neutral. It's kriya and vipaka. Kriya and vipaka. Functional cheta and resultant cheta. These two are called apyagata in Pali. So here, it's very wide. You look at page number. page number 314 and 315. 315. Three one four and 315. The last paragraph, natural decisive support, right? It's wide relation that includes conditioning states, all past mental and material phenomena. All past mental and material phenomena that become strongly efficacious for the rising of the conditioned state. So that means here, when you look at this one, is many kinds. The state of last. Actually, I bring my Patana book to explain this one. It's very beautiful. When you read the actual Bidama text, I think you will understand better. So actually here we will three types. The last one, natural decisive support. It can be anything. The temple, internal object, right? Mangala Vihara will be natural decisive support for the rising of wholesome mental state, kusala. Sometimes it functions as a natural decisive support for the rising of unwholesome. It depends on our mind. Object is the same. Sometimes wholesome, sometimes unwholesome, and sometimes how to say this? Apyagata, no? Apyagata. So actually, when you learn this one, you will understand. Here, the state of last. This is a negative part. Raga upanissaya. Raga upanissaya pana hanadi. Because of last, you came. And because of last, adena adi, you steal. Because you want to take it, you steal. Because of that, you tell lie. Then you use how to say the slandering speeches, etc. Because of last, no? The sometime because of dosa, because of dosa, hatred, you kill. Because of dosa, you tell lie, etc. Sometimes because of more, sometimes because of mana, conceit. Because of mana, you tell lie. Because of mana, you keep being, etc. Sometimes because of that, you do wholesome things as well, you know. Agutala dhamma, kutalata dhammata. Sometimes unwholesome things are kusala. Is the condition, natural decisive condition for the arising of kusala chaita, such as raga, upanissaya, dana and dedi. Because of lust, you do dana. And because of lust, you keep precept, sila, samadhi, yati. Because of raga, then you keep uposatha. And you practice jhana. And you practice vipassana. Then you trying for the rising of magga and phala. Because of akusala, right? Because of akusala. So because of dosa, the same thing you do wholesome deed. And because of moha, you do wholesome deed. Because of mana, conceit, you do wholesome deed. So here, akusala, unwholesome things, is a natural decisive support for the rising of kusala. Even akusala can be a condition for the rising of kusala. Sometimes kusala also Sometimes because of kusala, then akusala can arise. Satan upanissaya manan sapedi. Because of faith, you cause to arise mana, conceit. I have a very strong faith in the triple gem, mana. I arises. Tetenganadi means wrong view. You take a wrong view like this because of sata, faith. And because of sila, because of faith, or the same thing, because of sila, moral conduct, you cause to arise mana. You cause to arise wrong view. Sometimes because of knowledge, learning sutta. Because of knowledge, then mana arises and wrong view arises. Sometimes because of generosity, saga, mana arises. I can donate big amount of money. You cannot. Because of generosity, mana arises. Because of generosity, deity, wrong view arises. And because of pinyan, panyami, wisdom, because of wisdom, then mana can arise and wrong view can arise. So here actually there are many kinds, many kinds. So the state of lust and the state of hatred, etc. And the state of faith and the state of generosity, moral conduct, and also the state of wisdom. Because of those good things, then a wholesome thing will arise. Because of those good quality, and wholesome things can arise. But there are many, many other things. And pleasure. When you have pleasure in your body, it will be the source of wholesome state or the source of unwholesome state. Many things. And because of pain, some people have anger. Because some people use pain as the object of their meditation. It depends, individual. Because of somebody, akusala arises. Because of somebody, kusala arises. Many things. And also food. Because of food, akusala arises. Because of food, kusala arises. And also abhyagata. sometimes seizing temperature is too cold, you irritated, too hot, you irritated. Some people use cold temperature as a object of you are patient, trying to develop patience, kandi, kandi. Then lodgings, because of a place. I have a very big house. Because of lodgings, my place is not good. Hosen and unhosen depends, It is a natural decisive support. So that means all such things. There are many other things as well, right? So internal and external, as the case may be, are conditions for the wholesome state, etc. The karma is similarly conditioned for its result, right? I think the natural decisive support is very wide. It can be anything. It can be anything, right? I think for that reason we can learn here. Natural decisive support. The rest two actually we already learned. We just skipped that one. Natural decisive support. Conditioning state, the cause. Strong past 89 chetas, 52 chetasika, 28 matters, and some concept. So they are the cause for the rising of later 89 chetas and 52 chetasikas. Because of cheta and cheta arises. Because of chetasika, chetasika arises. Because of material phenomena, chetasika arises. So when we learn natural decisive support condition, the causes strong, it must be strong and powerful. Past 89 chetas and 52 chetasika, 28 matters, some concept. So when we look at here, in the cause, in the cause side, so there are chetasika, that's the mind. We have a matters, material phenomena, or a concept. But in the effect side, conditioned state, only cheta and chetasika, right? Cheta and chetasika, the mind, nama. Decisive support condition is included into group 5. In two ways, concept, mind and matter are conditions for the rising of the mind, cheta and chetasika. So when we talk about the mind, cheta and chetasika. Okay? Any question? No question, right? Okay.
I'm very curious about it and arahant. They are very clear about the concept, mind, and matters. And the 24 conditions.
Maybe use microphone.
There are 24 conditions. Yeah.
Can you repeat your question? Sorry.
I'm thinking about the ultimate reality.
You close.
And arahant. They share the concept, mind, matter, based on the 24 conditions very clearly, and they know that what is the ultimate reality. Then what the arahant situation when we come to the cheta and the chetasika? They're just functional only?
Yeah. The state of mind, functional kriya cheta. Normally, arahant and the Buddha, so when they see something, they understand as a mental and physical phenomena. But of course, they know as a human being. They know as animals. But in their mind, they clearly understand mind and mental and physical phenomena. For that reason, there's no attachment for them. They know that just maintain aggregate of mental and physical phenomena. So in their mind, only functional chetas. So here functional cheta means there's no ignorance, there's no craving. That's a state of functional mind, no? Just function. When they need to talk, they will talk. Without any dosa, without any lobha, with a full of wisdom. When they want to do something without any fear, they will do it. Full of wisdom. There's no lobha, no dosa. They think that they should do it. Sometimes, even though we know that we should do that, we are afraid something. So it's not a functional consciousness. It is a unwholesome. One of them. You know? Okay. So next one is a pre-nascent condition. Actually, we already talked pre-nascent, purejāta. The pre-nascent condition, purejāta paccaya. Page number 314. Page number 314, paragraph number 60. 314, paragraph number 60. The pre-nascent condition, purejāta paccaya. Purejāta means something which has already arisen. Actually, we have already learned that, right? Something which has already arisen. That means material phenomena. It caused to arise. The condition state or the effect. So here the effect are mental phenomena. Mental phenomena. The cause, material phenomena. The effect, mental phenomena. Because of those matters and mental phenomena arises. Because of matter, Cheta Chetasika arises. So it is like the sun and the moon which arises first in the world. Actually, when the world exists, sun and moon already arise. So it is the condition, is a pre-nascent condition for human beings, for the living beings, just like that. So pre-nascent condition is like the sun and the moon, which arises first in the world and gives light to people who appear after they have arisen. So actually, the moon and the sun are very, very helpful for us. Actually, they arises before we came here. So they are pre-nascent. They are pre-nascent condition for the rising of the light for us. Pre-nascent condition. So there are two main types. Number one, base pre-nascence. Actually, we have already learned today. Base pre-nascence. Number two, object pre-nascence. Little bit different from something that we have learned. Object pre-nascence. Two type. Page number 314. And base pre-nascence, Uttu purejāta. During the course of existence, 6 bases are a condition. Each of the 6 bases are conditioned for the rising of each of the 7 consciousness elements. 6 bases are conditioned for the rising of 7 consciousness elements. Actually, we have already learned that, right? This one. Base pre-nascence. Next one, object pre-nascence. Aramana purejāta. Each of the 5 sense objects, so that means form, something to see, sound, something to hear, smell, taste, and tangible object, right? Tangible object. So these are the 5 sense objects. Each of the 5 sense objects is a conditioned state or the cause for the arising of Chitta and Chittasikas in a sense door cognitive process that take as object. So that means we have I, right? I sensitivity. So that, sorry, not the I, sorry. Something to see, form, no? Form already exists. So after seeing that form, we take that form as an object. Then Chitta and Chittasika arises. So Chitta and Chittasika in my mind take the object, the form as an object, right? So that form already exists before my eye, no? Because of that object, my Chitta and Chittasika arises. So that means the form is a condition or the cause for the rising of Chitta and Chittasika in my mind. Same thing, I hear the sound. The sounds already exist. Then by hearing that sound, then I have a pleasant and unpleasant mind, no? Pleasant or unpleasant mind after hearing the sound. So the sound is an object of my mind, right? My mind. So that sound already exists. Pre-nascence. So my mind, Chitta and Chittasika, take the sound as an object. So that sound object is the cause. Pre-nascent condition for the arising of Chitta and Chittasika in my mind. No? Chitta and Chittasika in my mind is the effect. So they are related. The sound and Chitta and Chittasika in my mind are related by way of pre-nascent condition. Same thing, my body. Sorry, since that how to say tangible object. When I touch my book, the book is tangible object. So that book already exists. So by touching the book, Chitta and Chittasika arises in my mind. So the book or tangible object is the cause for the rising of Chitta and Chittasika in my mind. Tangible object is material phenomena. Form, sound, taste, smell, tangible object. They are material phenomena. So those material phenomena are the cause for the rising of Chitta and Chittasika. In the sense door process, that's very important. Sense door process. Eye door, ear door, etc. 5. Then, in addition, all 80 type of congruently produced matters. So we have 80 real rupa. So those 80 that have reached the stage of present moment. The stage of present can become object pre-nascent condition for the Chitta and Chittasika in a mind door process. Just like the direct knowledge, paccaya. Actually, the paccaya can be attained through mind door process. Suppose you want to go and visit Bali beach, beautiful beach. Then you contemplate and you try to attain the purejāta. Then through the purejāta, then you determine your mind. Then I want to go there to relax my mind. Then you enter a paccaya mind process, right? Then as soon as a paccaya, javana arises, you right away will be there. You right away will experience the beautiful beach and people there. So by that time, the state of presence, right? The state of presence. You can see the people, you can see the ocean, the state of presence. But you have to attain that stage through direct knowledge, right? Through direct knowledge. So in that sense, in a mind of process. Actually, earlier we talked about 5 sense of process. Now, mind of process. If 80 material phenomena, if they reach the stage of presence during the direct knowledge, right? Direct knowledge, abhiññāna, then they can be the object of object pre-nascent condition. Object pre-nascent condition. Then we can learn this one. Page number 309. Look at page number 309. Base pre-nascence. Actually, we have this one. We already learned. The cause are 6 bases during the course of existence. Conditional state, because of those 6 bases, then in the 5 aggregate planes, 85 Cheda and 52 Chetasika arises. We already learned that. But next one, regarding with object pre-nascence. The present 80 concrete matters. Here is very important. Present. It must be present time. When you see the form, it's right away present. Not something to think in your mind. The sound me at the present moment. Not the sound that you hear yesterday. No? This is a present 80 concretely matters. Even during a direct knowledge experience, if those 80 concretely material phenomena, the people you meet in the Bali and the ocean you see, these are 80 concretely matters, right? So they must be present moment. So present 80 concrete matters, so they are the conditions, or they are the cause for the arising of 54 sense-sphere chetas. 54 sense-sphere chetas. And 2 kinds of direct knowledge. Here also, 2 kinds of direct knowledge. So 2 kinds of direct knowledge, one attained by normal people, another one attained by Arahant, right? Arahant. 2 kinds of direct knowledge, abhiññāna, and 52 Chetasika that associate with them. So when you look at here, because of 80 material phenomena, present 80 real matters, they are the cause. Because of them, 48 sense-sphere cheta arises. Jhana, Rupa Jhana chetas, Arupa Jhana cheta, supramundane chetas. They cannot be attained by looking at something, by hearing something, by tasting, by eating, by touching your body. They cannot arise. They arise as based on the mind. Habits, based on the mind.
That means that we have to memorize all the 24 conditions in order to be very mindful. We practice about 4 foundations.
No need. Just for foundation is more than enough. So actually, this is a further analysis. Further analysis by learning 24. If you think that it's too hard, forget about them. But if you meditate, if your meditation is walking where you will experience 24. During meditation, even you didn't learn it, you will know it. There are some meditation masters in Buddhist countries. They didn't learn very well. They do not know Abhidhamma, let alone Patthana, 24 Patthana. Right? But they practice meditation. They are able to analyze, the nature of mental and physical phenomena. Actually, we are learning pattern or condition phenomena, condition relations. That means we are learning in theory relationship between cause and effect by way of 24 conditions. But if you meditate, you yourself will know, the link between cause and effect. You yourself know it. You don't need to. For that reason, I always say that some extreme meditation master, they will say that without learning Abhidhamma, not meditation master, some Buddhist monks, they say that without learning Abhidhamma, you cannot meditate. These are all extremes. Without learning anything, just learn how to meditate. Then if you are developing mindfulness in a correct way, then you will see the link between cause and effect by yourself. You don't need to learn 24. This is in theory, So in theory we are learning cause and effect. But here, what I want to say is, because of 80 concrete matters, real matters, not a 10 unreal matter. So these 80 concrete matters are the cause for the arising of 54 chaita and 52 chaitasika that associate with them. And also two kinds of direct knowledge. Two kinds of direct knowledge mean two fine material, fifth fine material chaita, fifth fine material chaita, direct knowledge. By that time, even though you are in fine material stage, you see the people in the Bali beach, and you see the ocean, as I earlier said that at the stage of present moment, when you are in direct knowledge, you can go anywhere, you can visit any place, you can even go to Brahma realm and heavenly realm. Then you can see them, you can hear what they say. That is at the stage of present moment, right? In those moments, 80 concrete matter that is experienced by the one who attained a vijnana, that can be the cause. Those 80 material phenomena, the cause for the arising of 54 chaitas. And 52 chaitasika that associate with them, and two kinds of direct knowledge. These are the cause. So that means material phenomena are the cause for the arising of 54 chaita and chaitasika, 52 chaitasika, and 2 vijnana by way of object pre-nascent condition. By way of object pre-nascent condition. Any question? I hope, I presume you understand. Okay, so let's close our lesson. Oh no, last one, sorry. Only this one, not difficult. Pre-nascent condition is included into group 4. You can write group 4. In group 4, it said that in one way, it's only one way, matter, rupa is condition for the mind. Condition for the mind. It's only one way. Only pre-nascent condition, matter is condition. Here, material phenomena condition for the rising of chaita and chaitasika, the mind. Okay, finish.
Just one announcement. This coming Monday, 26 August, there's a talk by one of our Western monks from this Sri Lanka. The topic of the talk is Buddhist approach to the religious fundamentalism. 7:30 to 9:30 in this hall. Hope to see you all on Monday. Thank you.
Okay. Yomara Bhava Manu Jesu Sakyamuni Bhagava Kata Kecho Paragato mani jama sokan dhamma masangata patikulan madurami mambakunan suwipatan dhamma mimang saranatamu bemi yatha jate namaha palamahu Chatu su si su puri sayu gesu Atacha pogala dhamma te sangha miman saranatamu bemi Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much.